Hey guys, how you doing? I just realized how dim it was in here. I was like, I need to turn that light up. So, pre-shuffle energy. I was getting this black swan person who is healing out of the dark night and releasing a repeating pattern or era with one of their demons. And it's been like a long-standing battle with the self. Someone's finally getting out of it. Spirit let me know the healing is bringing in the quote unquote sweet life. So that's really exciting. That energy I'm definitely getting for someone. On the other side of this energy, and I kept feeling like it was a quantum entanglement, like spiritual entanglement. So it may be a twin flame counterpart or someone you considered that at one time, but you're coming out of a healing process, and then there's someone else that is on the other side of this, and there's someone who tried to undermine the light of the black swan. Okay. It may be multiple people, because like I said, whoever the black swan is, they've been dealing with this demon of theirs for a while. It feels like a really long-standing dynamic between them. And they may have manifested multiple people, one of which was obviously more significant than maybe others. But it was someone trying to undermine the black swan energy. And right now they're juggling so many demons. They're very, I got spiritually sick. They're very spiritually sick and are manifesting physical detriment because of the vibration that they're in. They wanted the black swan to be lost without them, to completely fucking tank. And now they are lost without the black swan. So I got this, tables turned kind of visualization. So we do have a black swan energy who is healing. It's like a miraculous level. They're healing. And then the other side of that energy, whoever wanted to undermine the black swan and bring them down in their vibration, kind of take them out of their light, is completely fucking tanking. Like it went the other way. It went the other way. So we are going to pull some pineapple charming charms. Now, for those of you who are not familiar with pineapple charming, he's a discernment pineapple. So if you feel like you vibrated to this message, the pre-shuffle makes sense for you, and you want to skip forward to the reading, I will have a timestamp in the description after, so that you could just skip the charms. But for those of you who it kind of sounds like you might need this message, but you're not sure, you're still learning how to trust your discernment, that's what the charms are for. We're going to pull some out, and if one or more of them resonate to you in some which way, shape, or form, then chances are there is something in this message for you, whether it is the message in its entirety, or if it's just, something I say that just, snaps and clicks in your head and you're like, that's why Spirit had me watch this message. Right. So we're going to pull some charms. That one. That one. What is it? Those ones. Okay. That feels good. Thank you, Charming. It's always a pleasure. Sometimes the pineapple charming charms have messages in and of themselves. So we have Puerto Rico. You may be Puerto Rican, or the person of interest might be. We also have Canada. So you may also be living in Canada or be Canadian. We have Dunkin' Donuts. That might be your go-to spot. Or you just may be getting different synchronicities with donuts or coffees in general. We also have a helicopter, so that might be very specific for someone. It could be career related. They may have a fascination with them, whatever it is. We also have a sun that always reminds me of the band Godsmack, because it's similar to like one of their album covers. So we have the sun there. We also have the Wheel of Fortune card. So Jupiter energy could be Sag or Pisces as well. Definitely that table's turning. We also have the deer, which has been a big synchronicity in the last week or so, with being gentle with the self, but deer synchronicities may be significant for you. We also have our axe, so it could be you know, literally someone might be chopping wood or getting ready in that way, or they work with an axe, or it's like an emergency tool, like firefighters will use an axe sometimes. So that may be significant. It's come out a few times recently. Then we also have the white crescent moon, may be synchronistic to when you were born, right? Your moon phase. And then we have the Two of Hearts, which is my micro playing card. And its a tarot equivalent is the Two of Cups. So definitely dealing with soulmates for sure. With the different beads, I've got Leo, I have Pisces, and I have Virgo. Leo, Pisces, Virgo. Letters, I have A, H, Y, O, S. They could be initials, they could be abbreviations to jobs, they could be places. OH could be Ohio. AS, which, do we have a state that's, what's AS? You'll have to let me know what state AS is. If we have a state that's AS. We have AR, AK, AL, Arkansas, I think it's like AK, Alabama, Alaska, Arizona, Arkansas. Maybe we don't have an AS one. Spirit, it says, say, oh. Spirit might about be giving us some serious tea here. I also have ES. So we'll see. I also have Ahoy, which obviously reminds me of like pirates and ships and stuff. So you guys will know how those letters resonate with you. If you have any of these different things, it's like tattoos or something. Canada, I'm also getting like maple syrup vibes. So maybe maple syrup is just really significant for you. Maybe you had pancakes or waffles or something recently, or just talking about it, like breakfast, you know, because we've got Dunkin' Donuts out there. Okay, so we'll leave the charms. If anything else comes to me with the charms during the reading, I will let y'all know. Timestamp for the reading beginning. Okay. We're going to start with my archetype cards and the harrow. Yeah, let's start with the harrow. We'll do the archetype cards right after. So, Spirit, please. Who are the people involved? Okay. I'm hearing there's 4. So I'm making room. I'm making room. There's 4. Okay. Who are they? There's 1. The locksmith. Who's person number 2? Who's person number 2? The mute hag and the bear. Who's person number 3? The unicorn. Came out very sideways, like almost reverse. So I'll read both sides of that card. And who's person number 4? Trumpet. Okay. On the bottom of the deck is sickness. Top is the theater. So that's kind of the other side of the energy that I was picking up on in the pre-shuffle. What are the archetypal energies, please, that coincide with all of these energies? What is the archetypal energy attached to each of these people, please, Spirit? Show me person number one. Show me person number one. The Nightingale. So person number one, we have the Locksmith and the Nightingale. Okay. Show me person number two. What other energy is going on with person number two? We have the Sun. So we have the Mute Hag with the Bear and the Sun. All right. I feel like this person might be more in the Bear energy, but they're definitely keeping quiet and not saying a word. Give me some more insight. Person number three. The Unicorn has the starting line and it's in reverse. Okay. I've been getting tons of unicorn synchronicities, like within the last 24 hours. And let me see the trumpet, please. What other energy is tied to the trumpet? Person number four. What other energy is tied to person number four? The Circus and the Finish Line. All right, so that came out with the trumpet. That also kind of reigns true for what I was picking up on in the pre-shuffle, where we had that energy that was coming out of that dark night with their demon, right? It's like the circus is ending. Okay. The book is on top. So tale as old as time, right? This is an Akashic history. This is something that has repeated before. It's something that other people go through. Oh, my candle just finished burning. I was like, I could smell that. Okay. The book. So let me help you understand what is going on in that overall energy, because it is archetypal, right, with the book. So this is the cycle. This is how it works out. The sickness is on the bottom. So the sickness, it's a neutral evil energy. Okay. It represents plague, pestilence, famine, and disease or dis-ease. It can also indicate corruption of the soul or a multitude of souls. I feel like with this being on the bottom, the dis-ease, someone definitely, I'm hearing the word cure. So I feel like someone did find a cure spiritually to heal themselves, and someone else is like dead ass in the thick of it. And I say someone is definitely coming out of it because the desert is underneath the sickness, or someone else might be lost in the desert, right? Which is the duality of that card. Some people listen to that inner guidance system, that connection with their divinity, and they make it out of the desert and then others do not, right? They're defiant or they're stubborn, and they think that they could do it their way and not listen to the divine, right? Not listen to intuition, not listen to spirit, and they end up getting stuck in the desert. The theater that is on top is neutral good. So it is the card of true prophecy. The puppets act out a scene, just as the prophet acts out a scene in which she has no part. The prophet is the audience, and the prophecy is the show. She has no influence on what she sees, and it's important. And its importance is often not recognized until it's too late. So I feel like whoever the black swan is, right? Whoever they end up being in this spread, they already knew how it was going to unfold for whoever their quantum entangled other half is, right? Twin soul, whatever you want to call it, on the other end of this energy. They already knew it. Like, they already called it. They have no control over what this other person chose. Obviously, it wasn't them. And whoever wanted them to suffer or be lost without them, like, they already knew how it was going to play out. They already knew the direction that said person was going to move in. They already knew the lessons that were going to transpire. Like, they already knew that not being with them was a mistake. You know what I mean? Like, they already knew. I feel with this finish line being out here and the starting line in the reverse, which feels like a finish line, I feel like these two are together, the unicorn and the trumpet. And I feel like these two might be in connection as well. The locksmith with the mute hag and the bear. So person 1 and 2 might be synced together, and then person 3 and 4 might be synced up together. So I'm gonna teach you about person number 1 first. We're just gonna start there because we got a lot of people. So person number 1 is the locksmith, and they came out with the nightingale. So the locksmith energy. The locksmith energy. It's lawful neutral. Okay. The locksmith presents the subject with the keys she needs to unlock her destiny. He grants the tools to access a new location, clue, or treasure. He does not grant insight into how or where to use the tools granted. This person, the nightingale, is an energy of darkest before the dawn, but also it's the song that sings, like the bird that sings right before the dawn, when it's still in the darkest of night, right? And there is no dawn yet. The nightingale starts to sing like, hey, the dark night's almost over. So I feel like this person may be in the dark night. They may be a masculine energy, and they may have knowingly or unknowingly given person number 2 the keys to get out of certain healings. But if they were hoping that they would heal for them, then they were mistaken. I feel like person number 2 was playing a kind of dualistic role. And person number 1 may have felt like they were trying to teach or heal person number 2, not realizing that person number 2 is actually healing them and throwing them through the dark night, because this person does have the sun. So I don't actually feel like this person was in their dark night. They might have gained from person number 1 being in their dark night. But person number 2 came out with the mute hag and the bear. So mute hag was the first card out. The mute hag is neutral evil. Mute hag might be silent, but the eye she holds lets her see into the hearts of men. This hag invokes blood pacts and poisonous secrets, the kind that turn brother against brother and son against father. It is a card that performers loathe, as it leaves them stumbling over their words and songs. This person I just got this vibe of like blood oath. Whether it was this life or another life. The bear is pure strength. People often make the mistake of thinking the bear can be tamed or trained. When someone believes they have the bear under control, that person eventually learns the error of their ways. Brute force might be required, but the consequences of its use may be severe. This person feels almost like the manifestation of a serious fucking lesson. Like, this is the Hail Mary from Spirit, like the darkest of dark. And they are pure strength, like unfuckwithable force. So if person number 1 was trying to force some quote unquote healing on person number 2, they did not realize that person number 2 was their teacher. The candle that lights another candle and loses nothing, because this person's candle seems out and they were the light. So this person, because they were in dark energy, they aligned themselves with a master of the dark type teacher. Almost, I'm hearing the words fail safe. Like, this person, whoever this is, would either snap this person the fuck out of it, or literally be the end of this person. Like, I was getting the physical detriment and the pre-shuffle, and Spirit left that kind of open, so it could be anything. But it's almost as if this person was like, if you don't heal this, it will be the death of you, right? Whether it's literal or metaphorical, right? But they manifested quite a teacher. Triple neutral energy, because the bear is true neutral, so it's neutral, and then we have neutral evil. So, this person cannot be tamed by person number 1. I think the whole time this person was actually teaching person number 1 how to be tamed, how to be more tamed, how to be in alignment with Spirit, because it's showing just how off they are. Energetically speaking, right? That sickness energy. And I feel like you, the viewer, know that. Like, that. This person is a part of the program to help wake this person up. You've known it the whole time. Let's get into person number 3, the unicorn. So the unicorn is chaotic good. They're chaotic good. The unicorn is a card that generously offers that which the subject seeks, just as the charger in the picture offers up its fruit. So this unicorn, whoever they are, I'm getting like super empath, and I'm hearing water purification. Water is symbolic of love, right? Metaphorically, symbolically, it's tied to love energy. So this is a love purifying agent, right? Of chaos, chaotic good energy. They come in and they purify what is toxic love in people. Okay. The toxic ways that people love. They cure that, and they represent that, right? So they represent healthy love energy. Healthy love energy. I feel like that's the black swan. I feel like person number 3 is the black swan that I was picking up on. And they're the ones that have like reach the end of a long road. And I feel like whoever they're in alignment with is doing the same thing. So the trumpet, right? Person number 4 is lawful good. And again, they came out with the big show and the finish line. The big show, right? The circus. The trumpet is lawful good and is a declaration of power. This archon is an aggressive force who wades into the direst situations without hesitation in the cause of right. This person might be literally coming in like an earth angel to swoop person number 3 out of the mirror, right? Whatever the mirror is, the quantum entanglement. Like they might be receiving, right, this healing that person number 3 is on about. And be like, you know what? I'm actually really in. And so they're wrapping up their own circus, like whatever they were actively working on as a lawful good agent, right? A divinely connected person. It's almost like they got the call that the unicorn is ready. And so now they're wrapping up whatever they were in the middle of. Because it's time, right? It's time. Yeah. Someone is getting out of it. The getaway is underneath the book. Someone is definitely getting out of a serious cycle where they just didn't see the beauty in front of them before. They do now. That's what's alchemizing. Yeah, whoever was stuck in the mirror, the black swan, needle and thread, twin flame energy, the bullseye, they hit the fucking mark, man. They broke the spell. They went deep and purified. Light hammer energy. Yeah, they cracked it open. So these are the different people that are involved. We're going to start with the Oracle of Heaven and Hell. Now, this deck is not tarot, but it has angels on one side and demons on the other. And Spirit guided me to just mix them up inside the deck. So some are upright, some are quote unquote reverse, but there's angels and demons in here. And we're going to see what is going on with person number 1. Spirit, what is going on? Insight into person number 1, right? The locksmith with the nightingale. What is going on? Spiritual wisdom. What else? Healing. Give me one more in clarities, please. Give me one more in clarities, please. Inner work and outer work. So yeah, this person is definitely going through some serious healing with person number 2. Major healing, inner and outer. Like they got to fix their inner world to fix their outer world. Clarify this for me, please. Yeah, they're developing a loyalty to wisdom. That means applying wisdom, right? If you are loyal to the wisdom, that means you're applying it. So they are learning how to apply wisdom. and a loyalty to the divine, right? Because this person is like fallen from grace, you know, like they went really dark. Submission to higher order. Yeah, healing. That's what's healing. Submission to higher order. They cannot just go around against the divine, right? Against the divine order of things and think that there's no repercussions for it. That's the whole point. Like, there are consequences for being in low energy. You can always choose it. Yeah, obedience. Inner and outer work, obedience. This person, I feel like they even laughed in the face of the divine. Like, it's a joke. Like, God doesn't exist, blah, blah, blah. It's like, no, you haven't allowed God to exist within your being. You are not being in alignment with the divine, and therefore it is not present for you. But if you were to discipline yourself and submit to the higher order, you would see why the divine does what it does. The divine blesses us, whether it's with blessings outright or blessings in disguise. This person opted for blessings in disguise and got themselves tied into this untamable force that just wreaked havoc on them. Yeah, love and submission is on the bottom of the deck, and longevity. Like, this is a lesson they'll never forget. This is a lesson they will never forget. You cannot just parade around with your fucking demons and wreck people or wish ill on people and want to see them suffer like person number 1 did to person number 3. They wanted to see person number 3 fall. They wanted to see person number 3 lost without them. They wanted to see person number 3 suffering. And the tables turned. And the tables turned. This person is learning serious order of the universe. Like, universal law is universal law. What you put out, you get back. For sure. For sure. What is going on with person number 2? This is the Light Seers Tarot. What is going on with person number 2? Insight into what's going on with them. Insight into person number 2. What do we need to know? Ooh. The 3 of Wands and the Tower. 3 of Pentacles in the reverse. Three, 7, 3 might be a synchronicity. 9 of Cups is on the 3 of Wands. 2 of Wands is on the Tower. Give me one more, please. And the Fool. Bottom of the deck is the Queen of Wands. Top is the Page of Cups. Whoever person number 1 is, they didn't think person number 2 would ever leave. Like, when pigs fly. When pigs fly. Person number 2 will leave me when pigs fly. And they're leaving. Yeah. King and Queen of Wands underneath. They don't want to be with person number 1 anymore. This is that part in the healing process, the lesson learning. They took that first step forward toward their wish fulfillment. They're towering on stagnancy, right? Breaking down, breaking out of stagnancy, wishing they were somewhere else. They ended the contract, 3 of Pentacles in the reverse with the Fool card. They're taking a leap of faith on something that they want. They're ending whatever the contract is with person number 1. It's over. That's breakup energy. But I don't necessarily feel like this person was ever emotionally attached, because we don't have any cups out there outside of the 9 of Cups, but that's in moving forward. The King and Queen of Wands on the bottom of that deck They're the most independent of the royal court cards. They don't even technically need each other or anybody else. And this person has it both, right? King and Queen of Wands. Six of Pentacles, Ace of Wands. They're inspired, Wheel of Fortune, by something brand new that gives more to them, or that they feel like they can give to. So they're being called in a new direction, and they're taking it. Person number one might not realize that yet. Person number one might not realize that yet. That person number two has decided to leave. And has like mentally, spiritually, emotionally all checked out of the dynamic they have. Which, like I said, you know, the locksmith holds the keys, but doesn't necessarily realize that it's not for them, right? They gave them the key to healing, hoping that it was with them, but it's not with them. This person is moving forward towards towards being in a part of whatever it is that they want, whatever the wish is. And it's almost like a reward for being the painful teacher, and that the lesson is now over. Because we're like major wrapping things up. Like this person's in their light. And they're moving towards where they need to be. And I feel like they can't wait. They can't wait. They're diving into their healing. The light of it. Well, let's get some insight into person number 3. Okay, we're going to do the healing light tarot. Spirit, what is going on with person number 3? What is going on with person number 3? Insight, please. What's going on with the unicorn? What do we need to know about person number 3? We've got the 6 of Swords. Yeah, moving forward to something more peaceful. 10 of Cups. 10 of Cups. I feel like this is going to bleed right into the trumpet. So let's just keep going for the both of them. I feel like these two are definitely in sync. Give me a few more and then we'll get clarities. What is going on with person number 3 and person number 4? What does that look like? Yeah, the Star. The 7 of Coins. We're healing what is not enough, right? Being not enough, cycles of not being enough. Knight of Cups. Clarities, please. We got the Queen of Wands. This deck, this always gives me Goddess Kali vibes. That is the destroyer of destroyers, right? She's the demon slayer. Moving forward with Goddess Kali energy. Further clarities, please. Further clarities, please. Someone is moving forward and destroying their demons. They are destroying their demons. That's that black swan energy. I feel like the person number 4 is their match. They're equal. What is that? 10 of Cups? The Fool. Yeah, they're taking a leap of faith, man. They're taking a leap of faith on emotional fulfillment. The happily ever after, the dream. The satisfaction of life. Yeah, they're healing, holding on to things. That's what's healing, right? Feeling like they got to hold up the whole world by themselves, hold up themselves by themselves, right? That they're always the one holding up all the energy. Yeah, this is a long cycle. Someone is seizing the opportunity because a seed was planted. A seed was planted and somebody is picking up that energy. Clarify the Knight of Cups. Clarify the last card, please. Yeah, the Hanged Man. It came out sideways as hell, but the Hanged Man. Bottom of the deck is the High Priestess. Super psychic couple. 4 of Wands. This is a high divine connection. High divine connection. I think these people know, even if it is still hidden, especially if it's like early, they know it's love. They know it's a true offer of love. Person number 3 and person number 4, they're moving forward. They're letting go of their past. They're letting go of their history and their old way of being or their old ways of attraction to toxic people, toxic love energy. They're purifying with each other and are pure. I'm hearing are pure for each other. They're not in the world by themselves holding it all up anymore. That's like 2 fucking empaths came together. Like, what's up? Are you healed? I'm healed. Like, what? That's amazing because that breaks major patterns. That's like new Akashic history. Hey, Bridget, how you doing? Oh, really? You're sewing right now? That's awesome. Yeah. Person number 3 and person number 4 have reached the end of their healing journey. Hey, Rita's Biz, how you doing? Oh, this is my job. I got a spiritual job. I do spirits work. Yeah, whoever these 2 people are, they're in it. And even if it's early, right, with the Knight of Cups and the Knight of Pentacles, even if it's early, I feel like they end up moving forward with it. Even if it's still going to take some time, right? Because the Hanged Man can take some time. I feel like there's a lot to undress and uncover as they move forward. But these are high counterparts. The 4 of Wands with the High Priestess and the World. Like, this is what happens at the end of the cycle with your sacred soulmate. We got the 6 of Cups under that. That's Venus and Scorpio energy. When you let go of the devil, right, and loss and those contracts, you end up in the King of Cups energy, right? High empath energy, cardinal water. And Spirit starts giving you pings of that soulmate. There's that 2 of Cups, right? There's that 2 of Cups. And you know that the past people are going to be fucking depressed and upset without you. But it's like you had to defend yourself and take the new beginning in order for them to truly heal. Queen of Cups with the King of Cups, right? This is manifestation. This is the healing journey. Like, everybody knows, like, they had to go through the pain in order to get to where they are, right? Moving divinely forward, Wheel of Fortune. Things are being communicated now. Things are being communicated now. These two people, they're high feminine energy and they're connected. There's happily ever after visualizations going on. These people could end up in a literal marriage if they believe in marriage, or a very spiritual, understood, my soul loves your soul and we don't need to actually get married to be together forever in that vibration, you know. But it's that kind of energy where these two are in it to celebrate life together. Like, fuck the drudgery of life, you know, and the hard healing process. Like, these two are in it to celebrate, and they don't necessarily realize it yet. And or someone is intuitively picking up on it, because there's a lot of intuitive energy here. We got Pisces out here twice. We got Aquarius out here twice. We got Uranian energy out here. That's a big deal. And what's interesting is they both have the Fool, the Unicorn, and person number 2, right? Person 3 and person 2 both have the Fool card. I feel like person number 2 is moving out of the dynamic with person number 1 to be in a dynamic similar to person number 3 with person number 4. I'm sorry, person number 1, whoever you are, because you done put yourself through the fucking ringer, because apparently you needed it. Person number 3 is moving on with person number 4 now, and person number 2 is moving into their person number 3 energy with a person number 4 of their own. But if there was 4 different people at play, like, all these people are healed, you know. Like, the big focus was on person number 1, because person number 1 was the big sore spot, wasn't healed. They did not know how to honor their intuition. They were afraid to commit to spirit, afraid to call in their higher selves. Right? High masculine, and high feminine energy. Yeah, person number 2 is moving on from the process. They're done with person number 1's pain mirror. And then person 3 and 4, they're done with the pain as well. Like, they're out. They're moving towards happiness and healing. They're moving towards emotional fulfillment. They're moving towards the dream, moving towards healing. And yeah, it's going to take some time, right? The seeds are just getting planted. It's fresh. It's new. But ultimately, it is going to end up developing, right? Developing into a whole lot more. That's so awesome. That's so awesome. I'm honest to God happy for everybody, because, to be fair, if person number 1 needed that fucking hard ass fucking healing to get to where they needed to be, then they got it. They got the healing they needed in order to be wherever they need to be to move forward. And the other 3 people are genuinely healing and moving towards their happiness, which makes me so happy. Like, y'all deserve it. You know what I mean? Like, going through such a process, going through such an experience, whatever it was, like, that's a big deal. To come out in the light, to come out of it all in the light, that is such a big deal. Let's pull a guidance card. Let's see. I'm being guided to a deck. That is not over here. Give me 1 second. I gotta get my Sacred Rebel Oracle. I got it, I'm coming. It was in my room. And then I saw this deck too, and I was like, yep, we're taking that one too. So we got Sacred Rebels, and we got the Love Your Inner Goddess Oracle, both by Alana Fairchild. We're going to get some guidance. Hey, Namira, how you doing? All right. Oh, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. As a reader, like, I love this. I love this. Okay. So, Spirit, what is the guidance, please? This is so positive. What is the guidance, please? Whoop. We got 2. And then from the Love Your Inner Goddess Oracle, what is the guidance? I love this so much. We got Visions of Life Beyond Death, card 44, which is a master number. And then we got Spirals of Manifestation, which is 18. And we got 3. Okay. Spirit's telling me to keep them. We got Divine Badass, Good Witch, and Damselfly, Brings Direction. All right. All right, Spirit. So card number 44. Visions of Life. Yeah. Visions of Life Beyond Death. Sacred vision is awakening within you, and you are becoming blessed with the ability to truly see. To see what is real rather than what appears to be. This is true insight. What was once considered consequential may soon be found to hold little consequence after all. What was once dismissed as irritation or irrelevance may be seen to have great spiritual significance. As mundane as something once appeared, it could now be worthy of absolute attention. The gift of genuine vision takes you into the being of the universal creator. This is a sacred terrain beyond logic, convention, and that which is limited in any way. The more open you are to receiving true vision, the more love you will feel and recognize within and around you. Something may appear to change form, to be shed, to be lost, or to die, but there is love within it always. This realization doesn't remove the pain of loss, but it does provide a way through which it can be healed and eventually transformed into peace. The vision of love, the truth of all that is, can move us more than anything else possibly can. If you have been wondering about your life path or whether you should take action on a project or you need inspiration to really move you out of a slump you've fallen into, then this oracle brings you a message of hope. You will receive your vision. You will be graced with a way out of the stagnancy. You will be able to see things differently and more accurately. Any confusion or uncertainty you have that is felt is going to pass, and you will be left with clear insight. The stories you've been feeding yourself or telling yourself may end up looking different to how they appear now. And this may surprise you, but the vision that is coming to you will be more truthful and therefore freeing. It will be worth the shock, surprise, or the moment of embarrassment when you realize you have been operating under a false assurance or deluding yourself about the truth of a situation. These moments will pass, and they are not something to feel bad about. They signify that you are leaving behind a smaller view for a more expansive one. They are a sign that you have outgrown your old vision in order to live in a bigger one, and this is good. There might be a moment when your ego feels a bit dented, but sure enough, that will too pass. This oracle comes with additional guidance for you. You're being watched over by life and held in protection. Whatever has been bothering you will not be able to harm you. You will prevail. You will prevail. If you are concerned that someone is getting away with something or blocking your path and it seems there's nothing you can do about it, don't worry. The all-seeing eye of life perceives everything without exception. It is the universal mother with the eyes not only in the back of her head, but in every living cell of life itself. She misses nothing. And the truth of her vision will always be met with justice, mercy, and wisdom. This oracle is also asking you to shift your perspective and look at an issue of concern a little differently. If you don't know how to do this, simply add the following statement to the end of the healing process below. I call upon the universal eye to show me the most helpful way to see the situation of concern now. In shifting how you look at things, the energy in what is beheld changes. You can see this with people. When you shame or judge someone, they react differently to when they are loved and encouraged. They may succeed nonetheless, but the journey to that success will be different. Looking at something through the eyes of love rather than fear can help us find our way more quickly and easily and enjoyably. This oracle comes with an additional message that your ability to perceive this expanding into truth, your ability to be inspired, to see the light in all things, is unfolding. It must be nourished in your heart with loving acceptance because you are going to help others through your vision, your art, and how you choose to be in the world. How incredible. I now release any fear I have associated with seeing truth, with seeing beyond the veil of illusion, or with my inner vision opening up from my heart, mind, and body. I release any wounding I have received in relation to what I have witnessed at any time, especially where it is based in the fearful responses of others. I ask that my vision be restored to its fullness through compassion and unconditional love. So be it. I call upon the universal eye to show me the most helpful way to see the situation of concern now. Really. You are seeing, right, the full process. You are seeing, like, yeah, person number one may have been absolutely detrimental to person number three at some point. But person number three went through a profound healing because of person number one. Person number two is doing person number one the same favor. They're doing person number one the same favor. So yeah, maybe person number three needed the painful teacher in person number one at the time. But they've healed now, and they're moving forward within their life with their earth angel, right? Who is being called in literally because they've healed. Person number two is going to move forward into the same thing, and person number one will get there eventually. Right? They'll get there eventually. There is a method to the madness. The divine method to the madness is there. That's incredible. Like, you might not have seen it before, you know, feeling like maybe something was wrong with you, or you weren't enough, or maybe you were damaged, or you were fucked up, or you had too many wounds, or whatever. But the truth of the matter is, you're good. You're always within the divine's eye, always within the divine's sight. The divine would never let you down. It would never make you suffer indefinitely. That's the beauty of death, literally. People get trapped in this prison of fear, and Spirit's like, okay, it's time to reset you now. This time it didn't work out. You left the life still in fear state. Let's bring you back and we'll try again. You know what I mean? Like, Spirit doesn't give up. And these three individuals, 2, 3, and 4, all really hit the mark. They hit the mark with the healing, and person number 1 is on their way. So this is like a huge win. This is a huge win. Spirals of manifestation. It says the creative, rebellious path of love moves in spirals. It is not linear. Sometimes our mind decides that the way forward is to take clear steps from one point to the next logical point. However, there is a genius within that can guide us on an alternative route. If there is an unnecessary pothole or delay in the typical linear path of progression, and the curved loop in the path will be quicker, more fun, and more beautiful, then why not allow yourself to be guided to that path? This can happen through trust and wisdom rather than rigid adherence to what on the surface appears to be logical progression. You are in the midst of a spiral of manifestation. Something is coming into being, even if you think it's further away than ever before. How amazing it will seem when what you have been dreaming of falls into place. Suddenly, what you have been thinking of creating will plunk into your reality seemingly out of nowhere, because it was just around the bend, just out of view on the spiral of manifestation. You could not see it coming. But in truth, it was coming all along. This oracle has a message for you. Sometimes when we feel the furthest away from what we want, we are actually closer than ever before. Just one turn on the spiral loop of creation can see your manifestation taking root in the world. You must hold true to your faith and keep working on your progress. Forget about believing it when you are seeing it. Any old soul or young soul can do that. You are a bigger, braver, more ancient soul. You have enough chutzpah to believe it so that you can see it sooner, bigger, and brighter. Do not give in to those who tell you it should have happened already or that you failed. You are just suffering from a lack of patience and understanding, as well as an arrogant assumption that their notion of timing is somehow superior to the greater divine timing at play in life. Be in goodwill with yourself and the universe. All is unfolding perfectly, whether you feel it right now or not. This oracle also brings a message to you about the perfect synchronicities that are taking place in your life. You may have started to notice these already. When we live from the heart, honor our creative center, and choose unlikely but lovingly rebellious ways to be in the world, we will begin to notice synchronicity every day. It is as though the universe is speaking to us intimately on all matters, which of course it is. This oracle reminds you that there is no point to rushing to the bus stop. If you are way too early, you are just wasting time. Better to live your life at a more appropriate pace and get there at the right time. You don't need the anxiety that comes from rushing towards destiny. Try not to worry quite so much about the future. It will attract what you want and need so much more enjoyably if you relax and deal with the here and now. Remember, too, that your life path is unfolding in harmony with the paths of others. You will meet each other for the greatest benefit when you trust in the flow of the one great creative spiral upon which this galaxy spins. Everything is ultimately in harmony with everything else to fulfill the great big creative intent of the supreme creative force of love. You're included in that. Lucky soul. Spirals of creation, spirals of light, you bring my manifestation to life. I trust in your wisdom and in your grace. Help me be wise and keep the faith. It says repeat that as necessary. Wow. Wow. Really? You're in the Netherlands? That's so cool. It's super late here. It's almost 1 o'clock in the morning in the States where I'm at. Really. Spirit's letting you know, like, everything is working out. It runs on divine time, right? It doesn't go according to our timing, our schedule. And so, you know, if we're trying to rush there, trying to get to the end, trying to get to the bus stop, we just end up waiting. It's better to just know that you are arriving on time and live life beautifully. Be where you are called to be, do what you are guided to do, and let the rest transpire in your favor for you. Let the universe work its magic. Stay inside that vibration of wisdom. You know, like, really enjoy the fact that Spirit has all of these beautiful mirrors, this way of beautifully writing the healing out. Like, it's incredible to read. You know, it's incredible to read the energy because it is such a culmination point. You know, we go through so many processes. God knows I've had this channel since 2018. And there has been so much of the process, right, that has come through in all these different messages over time. And where you're at now, whether you're person 1, 2, 3, or 4, like, the healing is here. The healing is here. The result of that healing is here. And that's such a beautiful place to be in. That is such a beautiful place to be in. Card number 2, Divine Badass. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. It says, you are a beautiful divine rebel, a soul stirrer, one who rattles cages and rocks boats in the name of truth, love, and wisdom. You believe that we need to create a world that takes care of all beings. You won't be talked out of what you know is true deep in your soul. You refuse to be put down or manipulated by anyone. You won't let fear, yours or anyone else's, control you. You rebel against belief systems that would put doubt in your mind and fear in your heart. You are your own person. And you know that trying to fit in is only for those who are afraid to stand out. You don't insult yourself by trying to be anyone other than your true self. You know that you don't need to be like anyone else. You are amazing and valuable just as you are. You can inspire others to overcome their fears just by believing in the truth of your heart and going after what you want with passion and confidence. You are a badass in a good way. Yes. Yes. Divine Rebel. Yes. Yes. We are all beautiful divine rebels here. We are all beautiful divine rebels here. Go back like 2 channel names ago, and that's literally what we were here. It was the Divine Rebel channel. Really. And that will always be. Like, you have to understand, being on this journey and staying true to yourself and true to your light and not letting the shadows or the demons break you. Like, how fucking strong are you, yo? How strong are you? Like, fuck yeah, you're a badass. And Spirit needed to remind you of that. Spirit needed to remind you how fucking badass that is. That is fucking magic. That is fucking magic. We got Good Witch here. It says, you can create your own magic. You have a special gift for weaving loving spells of healing. With clear intention, channeling your emotional energy, and using your words, you can create joy and happiness in your heart that touches the hearts of those around you. You are a good witch. And when you use your inner power to increase love in the world, your power will continue to increase. As we grow in power, we sometimes forget to use it wisely. We may use our power to speak ill of another, to persuade others into negative thinking through gossip, or to allow our own insecurities to make us behave disrespectfully to ourselves or someone else. Misuse of power doesn't feel good for us or anyone else. The universe cannot uplift us into all that we dream of experiencing if we are using our power to pull ourselves or others down. So it's better and more fun to use your power for loving and positive purpose as you honor freedom of choice for yourself and others. The good witch is a wise witch. She creates beautiful energy from others, which others can benefit from if they so choose. She creates beautiful energy, which others can benefit from if they so choose. Forgive yourself if you've ever lost your way, if you forgot your true inner power or tried to make someone else's decisions for them. Let go now and come back to your heart with peace and happiness. It's time to weave your loving magic in the world. It's time to weave your loving magic in the world. Yeah, sometimes we do go down those paths, like person number one, right? Where we think that we could use our power and use our energy and use our magic to cast ill on others. But everything is just a cast on the self. Every spell, quote unquote spell you put out there, whether you do it intentionally through ritual or if you just do it unintentionally through speaking, right? Or maliciously through speaking or through actions. Either way, it's all going to go back onto the self. It all comes back, right? The energy you put out comes back. And I feel like whoever this good witch person is, right? This energy that you could be in, it's a reminder of exactly that. To honor yourself, to be in that freedom, right? The freedom of that choice, to align yourself with love, to align yourself with all of the different words that are connected to it, like synonymously, like truth and love are synonymous with each other. Being in integrity, holding that moral code, being vulnerable, it's all in alignment with love energy. How can you truly hold compassion and empathy for someone else if you can't even hold it for yourself? That starts with being honest with yourself and truthful with yourself. And if you're going through these deep dives and if you're going into your dark places and looking for the light there and looking in your mirror and you're doing this work, you're like, okay, I'm asking the why questions. Why is this in my mirror? It's paying off. It's paying off when you pay attention. And obviously, this is a reminder to those of you who are in that vibration that you're doing a great job. And for person number one, like that advice would be like, get in the vibe. Get in the vibe. Like, yeah, you can always choose, but there is definitely brighter days when you align with love's energy. That's what this universe is. That's what this universe is. And last but not least, damselfly brings direction. Damselfly knows how to rise from emotional confusion into clear vision. She is a master of changing direction, even radically with uncertainty. She is not afraid of change. She goes through dramatic transformations in her own life, and her spirit medicine helps your soul to embrace a new reality of change too. You are outgrowing the old ways, and you are in preparation for a new and very different way of living. This is not always comfortable. It can feel a little unfamiliar at first, but it is a wonderful sign that your soul is growing. Damselfly comes to you with a message of renewal and the importance of the light. You need the warmth and healing of the light. Fill yourself up with beauty and brightness. Put yourself in positive places and with positive people. Time to generate light within you through those things that feel healing for you. That can be a time with animals or in nature, art, relaxation, music, dance, meditation, or other kind-hearted souls. Nurture the light within to help you trust what is happening within you and in your world. You are growing a new and stunning you. You are growing a new and stunning you. Really, if you needed divine confirmation, maybe you went through some shit today. Maybe you made a choice today. Maybe you've been questioning whether or not you should or shouldn't have a conversation or be honest. Like, this is the divine confirmation you needed to just go ahead and be yourself and speak that honest truth. Be in that loving vibration of honesty and truth, because you'll set yourself free. Allow yourself to pivot. Allow yourself to change out of that fearful vibration and do what needs to be done. Like, you are a lighthouse. You are a lighthouse. You know what you must do. You know it. So trust yourself. So trust yourself, because whatever is unfolding, you're bringing in exactly what is meant to be in your life, being in that vibration. And the more you dive into that truth, the more you dive into your feelings about what feels good to feel and what does not feel good to feel, and you start to acknowledge the truth in that and start to choose accordingly. Allow that change to take place. The universe works miracles. That is the realm of the divine. The divine, that's its pay grade. It is qualified to issue out miracles. Like, here's a miracle you needed. It's a big one, it's a small one, it's a couple of them. Here's the miracles you need. Thank you for being in the vibration of love with me. Right? Thanks from spirit. Thank you for being in the vibration of love with me. I'm going to unfold something absolutely magical for you. Thank you for being honest. Thank you for being vulnerable. Thank you for being real. Thank you for just being present in that love energy and letting it just ripple the way it needs to. Even if you suffered through it before, you chose love anyway and continued to choose love and continued to apply that wisdom because you knew it was the path. The path. You held true, and Spirit said, thank you. Thank you so much for being the healing light that was needed, for being the unicorn, the black swan, the earth angel that was so needed, and continuing to improve and empower yourself through the pain. Thank you. Like the divine, you are in the divine's sights, and it is working some serious magic for you. It is working some serious magic for you. Yeah. Yeah. I feel you on that, Bridget. I feel you on that. There were times where I didn't think I could get through it either. It was so much pain. It was so much pain. And yet here we are. And yet here we are. Like, here we are. And Spirit sees it. Like, Spirit sees it. Spirit sees it. When we look inside our mirrors and we're honest with ourselves and how the outer experience is truly a reflection of our inner experience, and then take self-accountability and own our energy. Like, this is the outer experience. This is the outer experience. It's reflecting my inner state. What the fuck do I need to see? What do I need to see? Our old self is dying away. Our old self, the wounded self, is leaving. It is on its way out. There is no place for it here. The light is way too bright. The light is way too bright. The demons can't even hang around anymore. It's so darn bright. You being in that trust and that truth, it is so darn bright. What demons? They're gone. They're gone. As the black swan, the unicorn, person number 3, thank you, person number 1, for being that painful teacher. Thank you for being that that red thread, you know, divine twin flame, catalytic, entangled soul. Thank you for being the painful teacher and plunging us into the healing, because we never wanted to feel that kind of pain again. And now because of you, we won't. Because of the experience of you, we dug so deep because we never wanted to feel that pain ever again. And now we won't. And now we won't. Thanks. Eternal gratitude, right? Gratis aeternum. Eternal gratitude. We came out on the other side of this one. We came out on the other side of this one. And that is fucking amazing. And that is fucking amazing. So I hope y'all enjoyed the late night message. I hope y'all enjoyed it. And I will put the timestamp in so you guys can skip over the charms if you want to skip over them and watch the replay. Otherwise, y'all have an amazing, blessed night. And I will see y'all again soon. Bye, guys.